Welcome to Blue Lives Matter here at PJNet, and we are honored to have one of the foremost spokespersons who has, from the get-go, called out Black Lives Matter. She has been with us before, and she is back with us. You know her as Deneen Borelli. She is the chief political correspondent for Conservative Review. You have seen the videos. She has appeared on Fox News. And Deneen, thank you for making time to visit with us tonight. And unfortunately, the last time we spoke, we were on this same topic. So let's continue. 9 months later, the rhetoric has done what to solve the problem?
Right. Well, Mark, thanks so much for having me on, and thank you for all of your loyal followers, because it is all hands on deck. And the last time we spoke, yes, we talked about Black Lives Matter and really the harm that they're causing our country. And we look at what's going on now today with Black Lives Matter. If anything, it's gotten worse. We've seen the numerous disruptions that have happened across the country because of this movement, which was built upon a lie. Because with Black Lives Matter, what they were championing was hands up, don't shoot, which happened in Ferguson, Missouri with Michael Brown. And that wasn't true following all of the investigations of that issue. And so they continue to promote their propaganda. And too bad that so many people are still falling for it.
Well, there is a constant narrative, it seems, and I'm glad you mentioned this. All started with a single incident, or way back when in Ferguson, and we have been through numerous incidents like this. And case by case, just today they announced that the police officers were found not guilty. But the narrative continues. If it weren't for you and perhaps Sheriff Clarke, there is no voice for Blue Lives Matter, but there is a voice of dissent that this is what we are to expect until we admit we have a problem. Is that I'm not quoting, I'm paraphrasing our president, our dear leader.
Well, let me just say that I want to thank all of our law enforcement, the men and women who risk their lives every day. They leave home, they leave their families, they kiss them goodbye, hoping and praying that they get to go home to their families, that they're not, they won't be attacked or harmed in any way, shape, or form. But things have been stepped up so bad, so horribly these days, that it's so hard for our men and women to do their jobs. And I have no idea if anyone who's even thinking about being a police officer, what they may be thinking at this time. But with President Obama, I got to tell you, Mark, the tone has been set from the top with President Obama, because he has weighed in on so many issues, and he was just flat out wrong when he did so. And this is going back to Boston, Massachusetts with Professor Gates. The police acted stupidly. This goes back to Sanford, Florida with Trayvon Martin, and also with Ferguson, Missouri with Michael Brown. Obama even said in certain instances he didn't have all the facts, and he still inserted himself in issues that were local police matters. And he has done such a disservice to our country by doing so. And everything is now playing out with citizens in certain neighborhoods being pitted against all law enforcement.
Well, time and time again, I see him, and he speaks, he's got a good vocabulary. And people have accused him of being stupid. I wish he were. But he will, on the one breath, say no justification for violence against police, and then he'll go into a defense of why this is happening, because there's institutionalized racial genocide.
Well, you got to remember, he's a community activist first. He still continues to play that role instead of playing the role of the leader of our country and injecting common sense and responsibility into his role as president of the United States. And I tell you, President Obama has missed an amazing opportunity, Mark, to unite our country, to tell the story that if I can do it, anyone in our country can be a success. Anyone can achieve the levels of achievements and accomplishments if they put their mind to it. And instead, I think he's just done a complete opposite, because his rhetoric and his words have been so harmful to our country that this is everything that's been playing out now, especially when it comes to our police officers and how they are constantly looking over their backs now. They don't go out in some places single, they go out in pairs, or if there's a 911 call, there has to be two cars at least that respond to this call. This is putting our citizens' lives and their safety in jeopardy, because it's going to take longer now for police to respond to certain situations.
Well, here at PJNet, Doreen, we try earnestly to be optimistic and positive and have hope and have faith.
Sure.
But in this situation here, we spoke, it was September when we last spoke, and you were on Fox News in August. Here we are all this time later, and it's gotten worse. I'm having trouble finding a scenario of reconciliation.
Well, it is. It's very concerning, Mark, and a lot of people I've talked to are sharing the same feelings and sentiments that you are as well. But I tell you, if it does take we, the people, to help turn situations around in our country, and we can't give up. We have to remain hopeful and vigilant. I have not experienced anything like this in my lifetime, the divisiveness that's going on in our country, not in my lifetime. And it is heartbreaking, but that is why it's going to take all hands on deck and for everyone to figure out what role they can play so that we can restore our country to, a safe country and positive and hopeful futures for the next generations to come.
Well, Deneen, I got to tell you, you have been a beacon of hope in this issue, because when it started, you were the very first, or among the first, to call out. They criticize Obama for saying he won't say radical jihadists, but
Right.
we've got to call Black Lives Matter terrorism. I mean, it's an act of terror. And Sheriff Clark, bless his heart, he's so profound on so many issues. But thank you for your leadership. Thank you for being a spokesman for the voice of reason, and thank you for your leadership. And Deneen, you're a hero and friend of PJNet, and we just thank you for taking time tonight to share with us.
I appreciate that. And I hope folks will visit conservativereview.com, and please visit my page, The Buzz, for more information on topics such as this. And thank you for all you do, Mark. I do appreciate it.